get Zelda sketched out real quick. Head. She's got airplane ears. Okay. And then her body. She's got her paws here. Tail back here. Alrighty. I got a rough sketch of Zelda now. So let's start with her nose. We always start with the nose. And then like that. Yes, I like that. Hello, 007. I feel like it's been a long time since I've, well, I guess not really seen you, but how have you been? I hope life has been treating you well. That's good. Okay, we've got some eyes there. So Zelda is an all black cat, giving a little bit of her tongue sticking out, a little blep. So we're going to give a quick sketch. Hello, Moose's mom. I'm glad you could make it too. And then she's got a little bit of tongue sticking out. I'm assuming Zelda is a girl. Because isn't Zelda in the game actually the name of the princess? And Link is the boy character. Well, sometimes he's boy. Apparently my friend says sometimes Zelda, it can be a girl. But Zelda is the princess. So I'm assuming that this black cat is a girl. That's what we're going with. All right. Airplane ears. Zelda seems to be a bit peeved in this picture. Like that. Oh, something popped up on my computer. Go away. All right. And then I guess it depends on the markings. Torties are the most difficult to get all of those little splooches correct. Black cats are difficult because you're having to do shading within a very limited palette. Tabbies are just honestly kind of annoying because of how many layers I have to speckle. Like you guys saw with Esther yesterday. So, I mean, I think ginger cats are actually the easiest. Hello, Zari. Or is it Zari? Because you do have two eyes. Okay. Shout out. Oh, you want me to say your name? Well, hello, Kinsey. So my eyes are most of the time on my drawing, so I don't always see exactly when you guys type something. I mean, you guys are right in front of me. Yeah, hello, Anna. There have been times I've been scrolling through shorts. I always seem to stumble across this one when I'm in bed at night where this guy has an egg and he's peeling it. Whenever I get to him, he's always like on the top little last piece of the egg and he's got this like little scalpel looking thing and he's just like tapping it, I guess. I've never hung around. I'm like, oh, this is kind of weird. peeling an egg. I am having a good day. I think Zelda's mom is still having the power outage issue. She may be able to join us, but otherwise I will share the link with her like last time. And then I'll do, there's one more cat from the group of 4, because Maggie will be in 2 days. Can't really see her arms here because she's all black, but I'm going to go with what I know from cat anatomy here. There we go. Yes, the egg peeler. And then one time there was these people like working a factory line where they were like, I think it was produce, and they were like putting produce in bags or something. I'm also not fully sure what that was, but it wasn't very interesting because both of them, like the egg peeler doesn't talk. And the produce workers were obviously working. They were at work. So it's like, oh, thank you for following me. Someone peeling garlic cloves. Thank you. Lots of practice. And then you can just barely see her foot down there. Okay. Thank you. Once I finish the sketch, I'm going to, I have 2 cats. Kaden is here with us. You gonna come jump up here, Kaden? Here she come. The intense voice of, I don't generally do people too often. Not that I can't, I just personally don't enjoy drawing people very much. So, I mean, I can, but, oh, you have a calico too. Nice. What's your calico's name? So this Kinsey, thank you. Zelda is not my cat. I'm currently drawing a series of cats that are on social media. So I think Zelda is my 15th one this summer. And then my goal is in the fall, maybe late August, in September, to rent a gallery space and have an art show of the cats of social media. And I'm going to be coloring it in with pointillism here pretty soon, where you tap, tap, tap with lots of little dots. For anyone who has not joined us before. So hold on, let me get her. Then her little tongue sticking out. Even though it looks like her mouth is open. But I think once I add the tongue color. Oh, that's, yeah. It's no fun, Kinsey, when they're passing. I had 2 that kind of happened unexpectedly. It just came upon where we found out, yeah, it's time. And then one, it took him a few days. I tried to get him through it. He died of a broken heart because his brother had passed. He could have lived, but he didn't want to. He wanted to be with his brother. That's, I'd say, the only downside to a bonded pair. Because my aunt and uncle they were blood brothers, Benny and Louie. And one of them got cancer in his jaw, in the bone. And, stir fry. But I'm sorry he ran away. And when they brought home the kennel and I don't remember if it was Benny or Louie that had the cancer, and they had to put him down. And my uncle said it was only a few days later that the other brother was like, yep, nope, peace out. He didn't want to live without his brother. Now, mine weren't blood siblings. They had just lived together since they were kittens. But there we go. Yeah, my boys were 16 when the cancer and broken heart took them from me. It's not an experience I recommend. But, I mean, I still have Cat. She looks kind of chunky. I know she's hunched over. Yeah, Sammy just walked around howling, searching for Bogart until he just passed on his own. Wants us to do a sticker. Favorite board game. Hello, T-Rex. My favorite board game is Clue. I love the murder mystery, and I usually win. My mom and I are really good at sussing out what other clues people have figured out. So, like, we don't want to play with you. You cheat. I'm not cheating. I'm just very strategic. I never lived with a dog. My parents currently now have dogs. I'm going to lift that up. Once my brother and I moved out, they, like, empty nester. Well, one dog was unexpected. My grandma, in her Alzheimer's, dementia, she went out and she loved pugs. She always had a pug, but she went out and got 3 pugs. And then turns out, surprise, one was pregnant and had 6 puppies. So there she is, and they're in their, like, late 70s, early 80s. Her husband can't do much. And she's losing her memory and all these dogs. And Rosa got passed from my cousin to my aunt to the friend, back to the cousin, back to the aunt. And one time my mom was visiting, Rosa just curled up on mom's lap, like, please don't leave me. And my aunt was like, she's never getting spayed. She's never getting shots. I don't have money. She's just going to be like a farm dog. Pugs are not farm dogs. Okay. So my mom called my dad and goes, surprise, it's a girl. And they brought Rosa home. So they rescued her. And my mom really, it gives her a connection because my grandma has since passed. So it's a connection to her mom. It's a lot of emotional trauma. She's still trying to, I don't think she'll ever fully work through it, honestly. And then they got Riley, so Rosa would have a playmate who is also a pug. They're black pugs, brindle pugs, so they're not the usual tan and black like you see classic. Kate and Echo don't mind dogs. Echo doesn't like the dogs when they walk past the catio, because those are, unruly dogs. When the pugs come over, he's just kind of like, meh. He lays on his catio, or he goes back to my bedroom, or he goes out into the cat tree, and he just kind of just keeps an eye on them so they don't mess with Kated, but he's like, whatever. Kated likes Riley, the younger of the two. They are very similar. Riley and Kated are like spirit twins. Both gremlins and a menace to society. And they both eat anything that's on the floor in front of them, so they'll often go on adventures throughout the apartment searching for scraps on the floor. And if there's something Kay didn't want to eat, she'll point it out and Riley will eat it up. So yeah, occasionally my mom will bring Rosa and Riley over. I'll usually order a pizza or cook something yummy. It's usually pizza. And they'll have a play date. My mom and I will watch TV. We'll eat, and my mom always spoils them with bites of the pizza. Kated has seizures. Have you heard of type O negative, like the blood type? I am not O negative. I am A negative. So that's another fun story. So Kated, this little girl here, she actually is epileptic. So at 6 o'clock, I always have to end the stream, which will be in 46 minutes, because that is when she gets her medication for the evening. 6 a.m., 6 p.m. She gets her food, and she gets her pill, and she's a good girl. And say, you take your pill without fussing, doesn't you? In like a week and a half, she has to go back to the neurologist for her 6-month checkup. She has to go every 6 months. It's the only way we can keep her on her pills because it's a controlled substance. Oh, it's a band. Interesting. I thought you were talking about the blood type. No, I have not. I tend to listen more to, it's a lot of random songs and music. Not music. Soundtracks from movies. I really like Hans Zimmer's stuff. Every movie he's done has been a great soundtrack. So there's her eyes. Oh, like Clifford the Big Red Dog? Sammy did have a slight seizure, and then I knew he was already on the downhill, so I had made for in a few days an appointment for him to just, I was going to let him go. But then when we got home from the farmer's market, because he always loved going to the farmer's market, he came home and he had a seizure because he just hadn't been eating. He'd been barely drinking. And so there's thankfully just 2 blocks down the road, there's an emergency vet. And so I took him over there, and he passed before they even came in with the syringe. Excuse me. So, yeah, that I don't recommend. All right. Her nose is dark. So she's a black cat. I don't know. Have I lifted you guys up? I do like Pitbull and Dolly Parton. Those are, I like Vitamin String Quartet and Piano Guys. But those two tend to take radio songs and make them into just instrumental songs. That way I can play them for my students. There's no words for anybody, all the parents to get on their high horse. Okay, nose. Yeah, I really like Pitbull. I tend to always look up his new stuff. Alrighty. Black cat. What are we going to do with you? Trying to decide where I want to start. Let me angle my computer screen so I can see her really well. Because I don't want to go too dark anywhere, but I don't also want to go too gray. I'm going to start here on the bridge of her nose. Now, Katie is, I wouldn't say she's fully blind, but she is vision impaired. This eye over here, her right eye, she has no vision, so she can't see us at all. Her left eye has a tiny bit of vision, kind of like when you're I'm guessing, at night, and you can see like the outlines of things. You can make out the vague shapes. That's what I'm pretty sure she has in her left eye. But she doesn't have any vision in her right eye. Oh, so we were actually on her left side. No wonder she turned to us. Yeah, her orange side is the side that has a tiny bit of vision. Hi, can I have a kiss? Mwah, good girl. So you love kisses, doesn't you, Katie Pillar? Please don't chomp me. She's like, I just want to play. My parents have a black cat. He's very fluffy. His name is Augustus. My mom initially wanted to name him Gus Gus after the fat mouse in Cinderella. And I'm like, that's kind of demeaning to name a cat after a mouse. He was a very fat, rotund kitten. He definitely got plenty of mother's milk. And I'm like, how about we name him Augustus? Hello, Blue Moonlight. And I'm like, we can call him Gus for short. So when he's in trouble, we yell, Augustus! And he usually goes belly up. It looks like she's got Goth mascara on right there. Oh, Kate is taken off. Since I won't let her chomp me and I'm not feeding her, she's like, nah, you're of no use to me. So this is N35. N15 is the pure black. So I'm going to be kind of jumping around because this is going to be our lightest black. So I'm going to where Zelda has highlights. And I'm going to kind of do this dark gray, light black on her. So it's going to look a little patchy for a minute until I move up to the next darkness. And I am using Echo is back in the bedroom. He was mad that when I got home from study group, I wouldn't let him back out into the catio. I mean, I gave him a snack, but he's like, what's the point of life if I can't go outside? So he's back in my bedroom, laying on the bed, snuggling with my weighted blanket. He doesn't usually come out when I do these videos, unless he's already out and about, and he wasn't, so I doubt he will. So, yeah. Kate is usually always meandering about this time because, like I said, we're approaching dinner time. Girl loves her groceries. Okay. Now we're going to go up to 25. Well, don't get in trouble, Kinsey. I don't want anybody to get in trouble for hanging out with me. So I don't know if you guys can see. If I get you up close, can you see the difference between, let me do a bigger patch. The bridge of the nose and between the eyes, it's just slightly darker. 11:20 p.m. You don't have like school tomorrow, do you? Are you a student? I'd hate for a student to be losing sleep. Because I've had a couple of young ones watch me draw. And I'm like, I worry about you going to school the next day. I worry I made this too wide. I mean, it is wide on the picture, but I worry I made it too wide. It looks just too wide to me. It's my art brain critiquing me. Hello. Oh, are you Harper's mom? Because that looks like your character. Hello, Harper's mom. I do still need to do Harper for my series of social media cats. I don't know if you put a picture in that original post I put out, but if you pick a good picture of him and tag me, I will add him to the queue. Because I've got to finish all dem cats. She's got 2 more after Zelda. And then I need to do Scruff siblings, Chip and Dale, Evie, Cooper, and one of Evie I'm going to do alone when she's in the bathtub. Chip and Dale I'll do together since they're twins. And then I'm going to do one of Queen Jellybean, Cooper, and Evie all together. I want to do Adonis, if anybody's aware of Adonis, kind of a before and after picture of when he was rescued off the streets. I want to do Larry, the cat, at 10 Downing Street. I need to do Cheddar. Hello, Watermelon. Yeah, that one gets a lot of traffic. But I'll probably hang them kind of zigzaggy. I wonder if it's because I had that phone call. My phone was ringing with a phone call. I wonder if that's why it's lagging. Yeah, so I bet it was from my end. I wonder if it was because that phone call was trying to call me while I'm live streaming using my phone. So I still need to get frames for these, but I want to talk to the gallery first to see how they prefer their things like hung up. What kind of like hooks or latches or whatever I need on the back of the frame to be able to hang with whatever system they have up. Because I do believe this factory place, it's called Clover 24, doesn't nail things into the wall. So I had to figure out a way to hang them without nails. So there has to be some kind of hook or latch because they've got like command hooks on the bricks. Oh no, you cannot hear me. Can other people hear me? Oh, I'm so sorry you had to go to a funeral. Those are no fun. Yeah, Susanna, you might have to, I mean, you can't hear me, so I don't know why I'm telling you. Leave and come back in. Okay. Oh, it was the photography place, because I just see the snippet of the voicemail. I will look at that after I finish this, because I'm pretty sure if I minimize you guys to look at something else on my phone, it will shut down the live stream. I mean, I don't know for sure. I've never attempted it, but I'm guessing that's what happened. So I'm going to do the rest of her in 25, and then I'm going to go back to 15, the pure black. That's what's on her nose. So you can see the difference on her nose and pupils versus there's a slight grayness here and here where it was the 35. Somebody tell Susanna she's got to like leave the stream and then click on the link to come back since she can't hear me. I need my friends to help Susanna. I have drawn her cats. I am fond of her. I'm glad I make you happy, Kinsey. There is so much not happy things in the world that, you know, as long as you can use the talent you have to make the world a better place, I hope me doing all these cats. I mean, it's giving me enjoyment because I do enjoy doing cats, and I really like doing this. I've been actually drawing a whole lot more this summer because I get to like interact with you guys. So I get to like, because I don't go out and do much. I am a homebody. I'm an indoor cat. I'm an introvert. But I do like having social interactions. So this way I get to have social interactions, but none of you are actually here. And then, no offense, but when I decide I'm done, I can just hang up. And I don't have to be like, all right, like, you know, Midwesterners, they always say it takes forever to get somebody to leave because if you're on a mobile, Susanna, close that. So I like this. That and my students are always like, how many followers do you have? What other kind of videos? Now I can tell my students, see, I actually did something. Stop it. They're obsessed with being streamers, and that's what they're going to be when they grow up. They're all going to be YouTubers, and that's going to pay their bills. And I'm like, okay. Not that I don't think even if I, like, made a ton of money suddenly doing this, or even if, like, my art took off and Katie has taken off. She's not on the couch. She's not on my recliner. So she's either in the litter box, in the window, or back in bed with Echo. And if she's back in bed with Echo, then that I don't take videos into my bedroom. I mean, sometimes I'll lay in bed and she's chewing on my feet, so I'll record her chewing on my foot or hand, but I'm not going to take a live stream into my bedroom. That's my safe space. But where I'm sitting at my kitchen table, I can see the couch and my recliner. And she's not in either. But I can't see the bed, patio window, or litter box. But I don't hear her in the litter box. She digs a hole of china over here and then does her potty over here. Because, you know, she can't see. Yeah, she took off. She realized there was no food happening. She tried to, like, grab me to play chomp chomp. Yes, the gallery will be open to the public. So anybody who comes to Nebraska, and anybody whose cat I have, if they wish to know exactly and like come visit the gallery, it'll be up for like 2-3 weeks, depending on how long I can afford to rent the space. And anybody who doesn't claim their cat, because anybody whose cat I draw, I will let you guys know before the gallery goes live. I will let you have first dibs on your portraits if you want to purchase it. And then when it's in the gallery, it'll be marked not for sale. And then when the showing is over, I'll, you know, mail it to you, framed and all. If you wish to purchase the frame as well. Otherwise, if you don't wish to purchase your own cat's portrait, then it'll be for sale in the gallery for anybody who... Katie did, like I said, she digs a hole over here, potties over here, and buries it over here. And she usually steps in her or Echo's potty. So sometimes I tell her, little ladies don't have poopy paws. You either clean it up or I'm taking you into the wet dribble. That's what we call the shower. And she's like, not the wet dribble. Echo will eventually circle back and bury it. But usually after he poops, he has to do his zoomies and race like a demon throughout the apartment. One time he was zigzagging, and Katie was sitting here. He came out of the bedroom and around the corner, and she didn't see it coming. Pow! Ran right over him. Just ran right over her and just kept going. She took the height. Now when he gets zoomy, she's a bit cautious. Doesn't just sit right out in the open. I have never done a solo gallery before. There have been times where Clover 24 did have any local artist who wished submit an artwork for a community art show, and I had Storm in that one, which is a lightning storm at night. It's in my car, otherwise I'd show you. And I have usually the art teachers every spring towards the end of the school year rent a gallery space in hot shops. And we have a collective art teacher gallery showing, and you can have 1 or 2 pieces in that show. And I've participated in that several times. So I've done group showings, but I've never done a solo showing. But I'm going to be brave and give it a shot. Maybe something will come of it. My art usually never sells, unless a random person commissions me to do their pet. I never really have my art sell. Nothing I've ever done in a community showing has ever sold, so I don't know. If nothing sells, I'll throw it up on my Etsy, and who knows what'll happen. So, oh, thank you, Ren Huang. Oh, yes, go get a snack, Kinsey, and then tell me what it is. I'm hungry, but I can't eat because I have to take my medicine. I've never done a solo show, Susanna, and I kind of want to, like, grow as an artist. Like, yeah, I'm an art teacher, but I don't, like, I like being a teacher, but I also want to have more of an artist career as well. And so, yes, people do love cats. So, and I think I'll have a few landscapes up there too. Like my storm, moonshot, what other, I have one more landscape. Oh, the one at the beach photo that, because my, some of my friends in my study group have been taking vacations, quite a few vacations. And they've been sharing pictures with in the group text, and I've been saving the pictures to do with pointillism eventually. Would you all still come? Yes, actually. They, if you drive around through, I mean, okay, because there's kind of like the big city, and then a bunch of little all around it. We're all kind of one big, like, you don't even realize when you've driven from one to the other unless you know a boundary street. But the big one in the center, it hires a lot of artists to do murals. There are murals all over the place in the city. And they actually, a few years ago, hired a bunch of artists to do bus stops, because the bus stops were kind of boring and drab. So now all the bus stops are beautiful. And we actually have the largest mural in Nebraska called On Fertile Grounds. Here, let me look that up. I'll show it to you guys. Hold on. Because that's actually, I teach On Fertile Grounds by Meg Saligman. There's a cool documentary about it. Hold on, I'm going to pick you guys up. It's a bit of both. It kind of depends on, I suppose I should. There's a lot of areas in the city that are very cultural, I guess. So they do have, I love Jammy Dodgers. So there you go. And it actually goes around on this side. If I can get my finger around on the other side back here that we can't see. So I love Jammy Dodgers. I'm so jealous. I can't get them here. I have to order them from Amazon, and they're like ridiculously priced and with shipping. Sometimes my brother will get me a pack, like a 6-pack of them for my birthday or Christmas, but not every year. They're so delicious. Jelly babies aren't bad too. I'm a Whovian, so that's how I know about jelly babies and Jammy Dodgers. A Jammy Dodger, there is kind of like that, there's a packet of cookies in the US that it's tall like this and it's white. I'm pretty sure its brand starts with an M. And they make a similar, kind of like a thumbprint cookie. It's like a shortbread cookie. Hello, Jay. With like a raspberry-ish jam in the middle. That's why it's called a Jammy Dodger, I'm assuming. And so it's like a thumbprint cookie. This is called pointillism. Some people call it stippling, but I call it pointillism. It was invented by the artist George Seurat, is what it is. He is accredited for that. He did it with paint. I do it with Tombow dual brush markers. My other side has a paintbrush, but I only use that side when I'm testing out colors. And then I will layer one more darkness of black to do shadowing and details on top of her. Yes, so a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, it takes forever. How do you have the patience? So this is not for everybody. Some people, it's actually not very many people. I find this relaxing and soothing. The repetitiveness of it's kind of like when I crochet, it's stitch, 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 one stitch after another, after another, after another. The repetitive kind of mindlessness of it. Where do I get my art supplies? I'm the only one that eats Jammy Dodgers, but again, my dad has tried them. My mom's like, no, it's so gross. My brother's like, I'm not into British things. But I get my art supplies. I get them from Blick, actually. Well, the Sharpie pens I outlined with, I just bought those in Walmart. But my pencils, and I think my erasers, the little ones, are a Tombow brand. Tombow makes these. Yes, Tombow. And then I honestly don't remember where I got this. It's a soft white eraser. It's not pink. Pink leaves a residue. And then I also got all of these. This is my main one. And these are ones that I have. They're the same as these, just ones I have duplicates of. I keep them in there. So if one of these goes dead, I can search through here to see if I have an extra. And I get them, it's from Blick. B-L-I-C-K. Do I actually have Blick on my pencil? No, made in Germany. Oh, my pencil's made in Germany. Thought I had something that said Blick on one of the pencils, but maybe I don't. Let me look at this other pencil. It's darker. It doesn't say where it came from. I must have two different brands of markers in here. And then, yeah, the travel case I have for my Tombows. Blick is expensive. You can get Tombows on Amazon. A lot of times they come in like 8 to 16 packs, like the retro pack or the pastel pack or the flesh tone pack. I have just collected the basic 108 pack and a bunch of the different packs to create a whole set here. So I kind of needed to start collecting more sets when I was doing Dandy's story because I just needed more colors for the various scenes in the background. Both. And they're online. Ooh, you're about to eat dinner. I cannot eat right now because I have to take my thyroid pill after this, and you have to take it on an empty belly. Yesterday, though, I was so hungry, but I took it like I'm supposed to. And then literally an hour later, I got up and ate an entire bag of Sun Chips. I was so hungry. I'm like, I can't go all night hungry. So I don't know if that defeated the purpose of the pill, but... I'm going off of her actual portrait. So she's not my cat. I'm drawing cats from social media, so I'm drawing, various people's cats that are on social media. I mean, I did eat a snack a bit ago, but I have to stop eating at some point because I have to be so many hours away from food and other meds, which... Shoot, that reminds me, I never took my other... Hey, I think it's actually in here. Hold on. You guys reminded me. I never took my last medication for the evening. Haha, you guys reminded me. Let me take my last two little pills here. Otherwise, I can't... Do I have water in my cup? I don't. Hold on, let me get some water. Surprised I don't have a cup of water beside me. It's a good thing I'm in my kitchen. Okay, we're good. Okay, goodbye, Susanna. Have a good night. So, there we go. Now I've taken the pills. I have already done all of Susanna's cats. Yes, you did mention that. Thank you. Like squishies, like squishmallows? Kinsey, is that what you mean by squishies? Or are you talking about like how they have like that stick of butter and they squish it? Those are annoying. I I used to play an instrument, Jay. I started on trumpet as a kid. Did French horn all through high school, middle school. I did handbells in college. I did piano kind of solo, but my hands are small, and doing both bass and treble at the same time was I got to a point where my brain had as much as I could hold. So yeah, I don't play too many instruments actually right now. You need to sleep more. I love to sleep. That's the one thing that always, when school year starts back up, I have to break myself of my nap habit. Because I love getting up and doing some stuff, cleaning, exercising, running, biking, whatever, coming home, having a smoothie, taking a shower, and then taking a nap. No, learning an instrument is, hi, Maddie. Not for the weak. You got to really be focused, because if you don't dedicate to it, like anything, if you don't actively practice it consistently, you're never going to have growth. And my students are always like, how'd you get so good at doing that? Practice. And that's why I don't have a roommate. I like people. I don't want them I don't want to come home and there be people around me. My friend tried to technically she was visiting and she never intended to stay. One time she was here for a month because her parents just couldn't get back up to come get her. And they're like, we'll get her eventually. And then she ran out of her ADHD meds. And I'm like, I'm going to kill your daughter. You need to come get her. It's been a month and I am not meant to live with a roommate. I mean, true. Technically, I would even tell the kids, there are still things I can learn about drawing cats, and I especially could do practice drawing people. I have one human sibling, my brother. He actually just got back into town a few days ago, right before the 4th. He and his new wife were on their honeymoon. Now they want to move to Hawaii and live there permanently. And I'm like, okay. So, but I don't know. They just committed to having this house built, and it's going to have a lot of custom things. They're spending a lot of money on it. And they're like, yeah, we'll live there for 3 or 4 years, and then we're going to go to Hawaii. I'm like, then why are you bothering to build a house? I mean, for a while I had some cat brothers. Back when I had Bogart, Sammy, Gus, and Taya. They were my mom's cats, and my dad's cats, so they were my brothers. I used to tell my human brother, I like my cat brothers better than my human brothers. He's like, shut up. That's why when Bogart and Sammy lived with me, I was never mom to them. I was sissy when they would tweet about me. They called me sissy because I was their sister. Whereas with Echo and Kated, I'm mom because I am their mom. Ooh. Only 1 year apart? My brother and I are 5.5, nearly 6 years apart. So we are always in different stages of life. Because he's in his late 20s and, setting up his life and his career and starting off, just got married and building a home. And I'm in my mid-30s and I'm like, I'm settled. Oh, 9 years. That's farther than my brother and I. My brother and I were never particularly close. We actually got closer once we both moved out and didn't have to live together. He was actually in the same building as me in my apartment complex. He was up on the 3rd floor. So a lot of times after work, usually once or twice a week, we would actually walk laps around the complex together and talk about our jobs. Neither of us understood a thing about each other's jobs. He does some sort of financial, banking, Excel sheet. I have no idea, remote work. I have no idea really what he does. It has to do with money and Excel sheets. And like figuring out how much money a company has earned to let the tax peoples know, or these accounts people. I don't know. I don't get it. And he's like, I don't understand what you do with the kids all day. Like, you just sit there and draw with them? Well, I teach them how to draw. Okay, whatever. But we both listened to each other vent, and we would. But now he has a wife. And they've moved out of this complex to another place, so no more walks together. A giant spider? Not with me. I don't see no spider. It must be with you. Got me looking around my apartment. I mean, I do leave spiders be. I generally don't kill them unless I can recognize them as a toxic type, because spiders kill the other bugs that do annoy me. It is, I mean, now I realize I have her upside down for you, but if I do it over here, my hand's going to be on her, and I'm going to get the ink on my hand, and then it'll smear. Oh, battery sufficiently charged. I can unplug. Now you guys have more freedom. You're no longer charged in my solar bank. I forgot to appropriately charge my phone when I got back from my bike ride, because I had my study group, so I biked there. And I have a tracker that I can let 5 people know, hey, I'm off. It texts them that I'm off, and then they can click on the link, and they can follow my blue dot on a GPS map, and then it lets them know when I've arrived and ended my journey, and I can type a little text where I'm at, and if I go stationary for 5 minutes and I'm not moving, it'll send out an SOS to my 5 people and actually also alert 911. So that tracker kind of eats my battery just a titch. I also had my music on really loud on my little speaker on the way home because I was rocking a good song over and over again. Yes, I get to pick my 5 people. So I have my mom, my dad, my friend Karen, my friend Pam, and those are my real life friends. Pam is actually who I go to study group with, and Karen is a good friend, like a sister. And then my friend Kelly, who's actually a Twitter friend. So I programmed their numbers into the app, and so it lets them know SOS, I'm off, I've arrived. I mean, 2 of them are my mom and dad. And honestly, Pam's not very good, and she's kind of getting forgetful she's got chemo brain, and I'm not trying to, she is getting older. She's either in her late 60s or early 70s. She's going through chemo. She's got chemo brain. So oftentimes she has I have to keep explaining to her what those texts mean, so I might actually take her off and replace her with somebody who would be more useful should I actually get into an accident and an SOS gets sent out. Yes, it's called Road ID is Road ID. You can get it through that. There's a website. I'll actually take it off. It's like a cat collar. Also another product they have. Let me take it off my ankle. Oh, it's stuck. So, cover up this. So yeah, my road ID, and it's got my name and my emergency contacts and their phone numbers under my finger. And then medical can go to that website and put in this information. And it's like if I'm found unconscious or dead, they can identify me. And they can see what medications am I taking? What am I allergic to? And I keep it clipped on at all times to my ankle. I also have one on my bike. Sometimes if I'm out in a race outside of my main territory, I have extra ones I can wear on my wrist or my other ankle. That way if something happens, maybe the killer wouldn't take all of them off of me. I watch a lot of true crime documentaries. But yeah, and so that company also started and it's only $40 a year, and then it tracks you, and then it tells you how many miles you went, what your pace is. So I do use it for active tracking when I'm on my runs to see how far and how fast I'm going. Then if I get lost, I can look at my little trail on the map. I think they were inspired by those medical. Maybe leave the spider be. Let us name him Alfonso. He is now Alfonso, your pet spider. So I think they were inspired by those medical bracelets. And they have stories on their website about the app where, like, one I remember reading was this guy got an alert because his wife was out cycling, and suddenly it was like, SOS, here's a location. I mean, it doesn't tell you what happened because the phone obviously doesn't know. It just knows you've gone stationary. Well, it turns out she had, like, gotten hit by a car and was unconscious. And because the SOS had gone out to 911, they actually beat him there. So he just got there when the police were, like, tidying up the scene. And they told him. So she was able to get medical attention quickly. So, okay. Whew. Now we go with N15, the purest of the blacks. And we add in some shadowing. And the whisker spots. Okay. And then we need a little bit under the chin here because there's a shadow from her chin. I might also, thank you, go back so some of the shading isn't too aggressive. With this one. Like that, by the ears. Under the ear here. I'm just going to do some little touch-up details now. Yes, doing the base layer, especially when a cat is all solid one color, will take me longer. Like, it'll take me like another hour to get, at least to get the background done, because I'll probably do 2 solids for a floor and a wall. But yeah, it did take us like 35, 40 minutes just to do the base layer. Now the shading won't take as long because most of her is the base layer. A paper squishy. Interesting. Ooh, a rainbow cat. I mean, I could do something like that. I did do Vinny, and he had the trans colors on his bow tie and also in the background behind him. So that was fun. Maybe I could do Harper with a rainbow behind him. What do you think? Since Harper's person is in the stream with us. Do you want Harper to have a rainbow behind him? Just name the spider, say hello, introduce yourself, and now he is your friend. He shall keep away all of the bugs we do not like. Okay, so I'll do a rainbow behind Harper. Because I don't just want to assume somebody wants something specific behind their cat. That's kind of rude. I do already know that Zelda's mom likes green and purple, so I've been doing alternating things with greens and purples for the backgrounds for these cats. I'm almost done. I just got to finish up this tail here. And then I got another like 5 minutes until Katie's alarm will go off. There. Okay. Whew. So now we're going to establish where we want the wall to be. I don't think I want it up this high. But I don't think I want it to, I think I'll just do it here. I told you the spider's name is Alfonso and he's now your friend. Let us do, what does this one look like? Now we're going to test. This is when I actually use the brush more often. Yeah, I like that. We're going to do this for the wall. And then What does this one look like? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, we're gonna do these two. Put my test paper back in the basket. My friend dropped off a bunch of baskets, so now I have 2 little baskets for... The rest of the baskets Kated is now using as Disneyland, playing in them, hopping from one to one and stuff. Once she's got her fill, I will... Some of them I'm going to use for my farmer's market table, and some of them are going to give to other teachers. Is he a wolf spider? Those are big, and those are actually good. Wolf spiders are friends. They're not venomous. They don't bite humans. And wolf spiders are good. They get rid of things that actually can hurt us. Wolf spiders actually get rid of poisonous spiders. They hunt the black widows and the brown recluses. Random YouTube video taught me that. Don't know if it's fact, but I'm going to choose to believe that the wolf spiders are my friends. But they are big. They would be like big quarters here. So I'll work a little bit here. Get the wall done, let it dry, and then I'll go back. And then once she's dry, Kinsey, I choose to believe that Kinsey has a friend spider, and it is now going to be like her familiar, and they are going to do magic together, and she's not going to die. That is the fantasy I'm choosing to live with. Oh, you're on a bunk bed. So are you on the top or bottom bunk? And which bunk is the spider on? See, you're roomies now. Maybe he just wants some jammy dodger. So I will work for another minute or two. And then I will finish this in the morning on my own. And I will post to my Blue Sky Twitter and here on YouTube the finished Zelda. I will also, I don't know if I'll do it tonight or if in the morning, schedule the next live I'm going to do. I have to look to see which one of Zelda's siblings I'm doing next. I know it's not Maggie, but I've already done Scott and Esther, so I can't remember who's the 5th cat amongst that group. Because the rest of this is just going to be boring. It's just going to be me tapping the wall and then tapping the floor of this green color. The cat is done. I mean, I still have to add her whiskers, but I usually add whiskers last in case it comes out into the background. I don't want to mess those up when I'm tapping. So I will do those on top of the dots once everything's done. What color is the spider? I don't think there's much that can scare a spider away, honestly. Especially if it's a big one. Unless it's like a daddy long leg. Those are not fierce at all. Hey, maybe your spider's a daddy long leg. Oh, see, if you can't be bothered, you're not that scared. See, Alfonso is now your new roomie. He's going to be your familiar. You're going to be best friends and do magic together. And you're going to feed him jammy dodgers. That is the world we live in now. Yeah, I'm not lifting very high. Since I don't lift very high, I can do fast dots. That's something my students are always like, you're really fast. Well, one, practice. I spend a lot of time making dots. So eventually you get really fast at the dots. And I'm not lifting very high. And I'm keeping my hand rather loose and relaxed. I'm not gripping very hard. So I'm not expending as much energy. All right, it is 6 o'clock. Katie's alarm will go off in 1 minute. So I must hang up. Otherwise, it'll cut us off. I will set these 2 in the basket. I hope you have a fabulous day or night wherever you're at. Get some beautiful sleep and hydrate. Eat something delicious. And I shall see you tomorrow for another cat. Goodbye.